Let's finish up with our winners and losers of the week. As always, Ted, kick us off. Who do you have as your winner of the week?
I'm going with Oregon. Again, they're at the top of the list. The college football playoff rankings came out last night, 11 and 0, and all of the top mathematicians in the world have gathered together and they're finally ready to announce that after calculating through all of the possible scenarios that yes, Oregon is in fact a lock for the Big 10 championship game.
I I chuckled when they came out with that release because everyone was talking about it after they beat Wisconsin. It was like Oregon's in, but there was no official word from the Big Ten. And I think it says a lot about your tiebreaker rules and where we're at with these super conferences that it took till Tuesday for the conference to say, yeah, they are in. We've crunched the numbers. We've put it through our algorithm. They're in. You guys are right. Congratulations to the Ducks.
Yeah, it took 72 hours for the quantum computer to work through all the possible calculations, and after melting the machine, they're ready to say, yeah, they're in.
Did you did you see the Dan Lanning jump around thing?
I did. That was pretty cool.
Damn you, Dan Lanning. I I've said it before this season. I He is slowly but surely becoming the face of college football.
Yeah. Now, I will say something that was interesting about it. Because it's a really cool video. And it's they did this. What was it last year when they played Colorado? Right? They put together
They
like a
they do it pretty much. They do like these mini movies for pretty much every game. It seems like
yeah.
their content team is doing a real solid job. It's it being the content people for the undefeated team. That's an easier
Fun.
gig though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's real fun.
um, it was funny though that I watched it and I was like, man, that's really cool, really well done. And I scanned the comments section and there was someone from Wisconsin that said, I hate to break it to you guys, but every single team that we play joins in the jump around. It's not just Oregon. So I thought that was interesting, but they don't market it the way Oregon does. That's the more important factor.
Marketing people, those Nike marketing people apparently know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
But yeah, number one in the country, undefeated. Dylan Gabriel probably going to be a Heisman finalist. Don't think he's going to win. Think Dan Lanning's got a very good chance of winning Coach of the Year, depending on what happens with Indiana this weekend. The Ducks are the Ducks are flying high.
Well, we'll see. They've put together quite the season.
Who do you have as your loser of the week?
I had to go BYU. We knew they'd take a drop, but they dropped 8 spots all the way back to number 14, and now are kind of in a much different situation. And oh yeah, by the way, playing Arizona State, who still has a chance to have a bye in the first round of the playoff. How about that? And it's not that unreasonable to think that they could pull that off. You know, that it's just it's kind of wild and maybe a flaw in the system, but uh BYU back to 14. They're 9-1, and you look at all of a sudden at Boise State is a chance to be that higher ranked team.
It clearly the key for Boise State is to continue to win games, but if BYU goes and beats Arizona State, I think it's fair to say that BYU has a good chance to jump back in front of Boise. But I think the thing that would help Boise the most from a perception standpoint is clearly you got to win your games. But Genty just needs to have a couple of massive ones
Yeah.
where everyone's talking about him. I think that would go a long way into a long way to keep them in front of whatever Big 12 team ends up being in that conversation.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would say probably the only way that Boise would end up being in that spot would it has to be Arizona State winning the Big 12, right?
If Arizona State finishes as an 11-2 Big 12 champion,
I guess they would have beat number 14 BYU and then whatever Colorado would be ranked. I mean, they've got Arizona left after this week too. So maybe not. I mean, maybe that just plays itself out no matter what the result is.
we'll see. I do think the ACC is in a better spot than the Big 12 because what you've got, SMU at least is ranked ahead of BYU right now.
Yeah.
But and remember they still have they've got a matchup with Miami. So it does feel like the way that things can unfold in the ACC, like they're going to get a bye. They're not going to be the conference that doesn't get a bye if Boise gets one. That's going to be the Big 12.
Can you imagine Indiana, SMU, and BYU or Arizona State with your if it played out to where they won, have buys in the first round of the first 12 team playoff?
You know what has to be a little frustrating for Brett Yormark in the Big 12? SMU's ranked ahead of BYU. Those two teams played this season. BYU won that game.
Yeah.
But what have you done for me lately, says the committee.
That's right. That's right.
You got anything else? Anything else that stood out to you about the playoff rankings? Georgia seems like they're in a really good spot, back in the picture at 11.
I mean, the Lane Kiffin comment, and it's something that, whenever we've talked about this whole playoff situation, and now the new mark for teams is going to be, did you make the playoff or not? Not so much conference championship games, but really that's it.
Right now, you look at it, Alabama at Notre Dame. Oh my goodness. Georgia at Penn State. This is it. It's not a perfect system, man, but this is going to be awesome.
There's going to be teams that are pissed off that they either didn't make it or that they don't have a bye and they're on the road in the first round. Like, there's going to be teams that are pissed off, and I really, frankly, don't care. They can be mad all they want. It's going to be awesome to me. As a fan whose team is not going to be in it, sign me up for all the best matchups.
I'm with you. All right, let's get to my winner and loser. But first,
we're brought to you by Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code OKBreakdown to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds. Turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on Prize Picks. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. This week, I'm looking at the football board.
I got some for you, Ted.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Let's go Baker Mayfield. More than 243 pass yards against the Giants.
Okay, I like that.
And then the Aaron Rodgers situation is that's an interesting one, but let's go. I feel like Drake May's doing some things. Let's go more than 215 and a half pass yards for Drake May against the Dolphins.
There you go. I like it. Prize Picks puts its members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When your picks hit, and they will, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code OKBreakdown to get $50 instantly and after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
And we are brought to you by Mando. Mando is American made and is our new go-to for hygiene products. I'm all about efficiency and traveling light, which is why Mando's 4-in-1 acidified cleansing bar is awesome. It's a 5-ounce bar that does the work of shampoo, face wash, body wash, and deodorant. Use code OKBreakdown at shopmando.com. Let's be real, people. It's been a stressful season. And when you're stressed, you sweat, which is why you need Mando's whole body deodorant. It's safe to use anywhere on your body and is aluminum free and dye free. I've been using the Mount Fuji scent. Big fan. Smell good. And just a reminder, first time I wore it, my wife did tell me I smelled manly. Still makes me giggle. Luckily, I have a discount code to help you get hooked on the best smelling whole body deodorant on the market. New customers get $5 off the starter pack with our exclusive code OKBreakdown at shopmando.com. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. That's shopmando.com, SHOPMANDO.com, and use code OKBreakdown. My winner of the week, I feel like you. I'm going with the same one over and over and over again. Give me Colorado.
Yeah.
Up to number 16 in the latest college football playoff rankings. 8-2 football team in a good position to play for a Big 12 championship. Travis Hunter is the front runner to win the Heisman Trophy. Shedeur Sanders may go number 1 overall in the NFL draft. But most importantly, Deion Sanders continues to say some things that makes it seem like he's going to stick around. Ted, what does it mean to you this week when Deion said he's got a kickstand down?
I, I guess that means he's claiming that he's found his spot. He's staying in Colorado.
He said exactly what it means to him. He said, quote, I got a kickstand down. That means I'm resting. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm enthusiastic about where I am. I love it here. Truly do. Listen, things could change very quickly if Jerry Jones calls. I get that.
Right.
But Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, continues to say things that have to be extremely encouraging to Colorado fans. I mean, him saying that type of stuff is way better than him not saying it.
Well, he's built up enough behind him. They've won enough football games right now. Like there was a time where I felt like it was teetering, and I have said in the past that when Shadeur's gone, Deion's out of there. He's not going to hang around at Colorado. But like they're in a position now where he may continue to get top recruits in there, top quarterbacks, and he may stick around. But I think you're right. If like the situation with Jerry Jones occurred, I mean, come on.
What are we even talking about at that point? Yeah, you take the Dallas Cowboys job, but they got a big one against Kansas at Arrowhead this weekend. It's interesting.
Dangerous. Kansas is getting it together.
Colorado only a 2.5-point favorite in that game. I think you and I both think Lance Leipold's a hell of a football coach. And like you mentioned, Kansas starting to play some better ball, but think Colorado has the best player. Think Colorado has a better quarterback. And this may shock you. I guess it shouldn't shock you because they're playing Kansas, but Colorado's got the better defense.
Yeah.
So that usually all adds up to winning the game, but we'll see. I don't know how the Arrowhead environment affects things, but we'll see. But I think that team's got a ton of confidence. I think they're going to go win that game, and I fully expect them to be playing in a Big 12 championship game here in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. Jalen Daniels, he's gonna put a lot into this one, into this matchup with Shedeur Sanders, and playing a little bit better now. But he's dangerous. They still have good skill position guys at Kansas that can affect you at any time. But Yeah, you still have to favor Colorado in this one, but it's a nervous one for sure.
My loser of the week, and it saddens me. The Oklahoma City Thunder, the super ultra small ball Oklahoma City Thunder have lost two in a row.
Hmm.
And they don't feel great because you lose to the Mavericks without Luca Doncic on Sunday night. And then Tuesday night, you lose to San Antonio without Wembanyama in a prestigious Emirates NBA Cup game. Which, which, by the way, that gray court for San Antonio, I like that one. That one was cool. But the squad doesn't have a center. It it's hard to win games when you're playing against teams with giant humans. They're trying their best, Ted, but it doesn't feel great. Like it's kind of a buzzkill when one of the best teams in the NBA is losing to opponents without their star players.
Well, so what's going on? What's the issue?
Let's start with the Mavs game.
Okay.
I hate PJ Washington. That's the issue. He's a different human being against the Thunder than he is against everyone else. 27-17 against the Thunder. Mavs also, I thought that they did a nice job. They just hammered them on the boards. But I think it was like 53-29. But still, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander misses the second free throw on purpose. And if Lou Dort was able to maybe get a better handle of it, and he hits that shot, they win the game. But Dallas shot the three, from a percentage standpoint, shot the three decently in that game. The Spurs, you can't be losing West Group B games in the Emirates NBA Cup. What's going on? No, it was, hey, the Spurs were great from three. Thunder didn't shoot it particularly well. I think the Spurs shot 41%. Thunder shot 30%. And they made another great run in the fourth quarter, but just couldn't quite complete the comeback. And I would say the number one most concerning thing about the Oklahoma City Thunder right now is their inability to get to the free throw line. They shot 25 against the Mavs, but the Mavs shot 36. And then it's hard to believe, but I'm telling you, this is true, Ted. The Thunder went to the free throw line 7 times against the Spurs.
Wow.
Spurs shot 19, Thunder shot 7. And it's crazy because the Thunder lead the league in taking the ball to the rim. So something's not adding up there. They're not getting calls. They're not being physical enough when they arrive to the rim. Like it's got to be a combination of all these things, but it's really strange that they're not getting to the line at all.
Yeah, 7 free throw attempts in an NBA game has to be. I mean, it's probably not a record, but that's crazy in this day and age in the NBA. Wow.
Shai was 5 of 8 from 3 against the Spurs, and his shot looks so much better than it has the last couple of years. So I'm choosing to take that as a positive sign from the loss. But yeah, dude, lose 2 in a row to 2 teams without their star players. And I know they don't have a center. And Hartenstein, hurry, man. We need you. Hurry back. Hurry.
What's the time frame on him? It's got to be right around
Should
the
be
corner,
soon.
right?
Yeah, should be soon. But Thunder are still 11-4.
It'll be okay.
They're tied, I believe, tied with Golden State on a winning percentage standpoint for the number 1 seed in the West, but need to get some of the large humans back. We know that Chet's going to be a while. Jalen Williams and Hartenstein, got to get him back because my biggest fear is that J-Dub gets worn out having to play this small ball 5 role where they're just stressing him in so many different ways on both ends of the floor. Gotta get some big humans back immediately.
Yep.